Hi, I'm Barbie. Welcome to Barbie Studios, where you can tell any kind of story you want right on the screen, starring me and my friends. You probably have lots of questions. Start at the information booth to find out more about Barbie Studios. We'll always be here for you. Just click your mouse button twice to enter. Don't forget to fill out your studio pass here. It puts your name into your story. In the Scene Studio, you'll create the different parts of your story. The Editing Studio is where you put the different parts of your story together. In the Paint Studio, you can color in your backgrounds any way you want to. It all comes together in the Screening Room, where you can show everyone your latest creation. Whenever you're finished for the day, just go out through the exit booth. Remember that you're always welcome back in Barbie Studios. Once you've put scenes together in the Editing Studio, you can play your story here in the Screening Room. When you're finished making a story, you can have a world premiere and show your friends and family. Or come here anytime to see your story in progress. To paint a scene, begin by clicking on the Background button. Which background would you like to paint? There are many backgrounds you can choose from. Use the scroll bar to see even more backgrounds. There are even rainbow-colored backgrounds. When you see a background you like, click on it. You'll then see a large version of it here. If this is the background you want to paint, double-click on the large version of it. If you have selected a background such as a room in my house or the beach, you can paint the whole scene yourself. After you've begun painting, you can use this bottle to add splashes of color to the background. Here's where you choose your colors. The bottom row is the color family, such as red or blue. The flower shows what color family you've selected. Once you've selected a color family, you can select a particular shade of that color from the top row. You can choose a pencil, thin, medium, or thick, if you'd like to draw on the background. The pencil will draw the color you have selected. Click here if you want to type on the background. Click here to see the letters you can choose. The letters will be in the color you have already chosen. Click here when you're ready to type. Then click on the background where you want the letters to be. You'll see a flashing pen where you clicked. Now type on the keyboard. When you're done, click on the Return button. When you've created your background, click on the Return button. If you want to save this background, click on the red check mark you'll see. Oops! Click on a button and I'll tell you more about it. If you want to save this scene, click here. Then click on the red check mark to save this scene. Oops! Click on a button and I'll tell you more about it. Once you've added me to a scene, you can change how fast I move, add sound effects, and even make me disappear and reappear. To do any of these things, you need to open the Special Effects toolbar. First, click on this Special Effects button. Then move the red sunburst to the place on a character's path where you want to make something happen. The Special Effects toolbar lets you change the way a character moves through the scene. You can see where you've put these changes by the spots along the path. Click on the watch to change how fast the character moves. 10 is very fast and 1 is very slow. Click on the size button to change the size of the character. For instance, you can make a character get smaller as she walks away from you. Click on this fading flower to make the character disappear. If you select 5, the character will disappear for 5 seconds, then reappear. Click on this dog after you have set 2 different sunbursts on the path to make the character disappear at the first point, then reappear at the second point. This is good for making characters go through doors or around furniture. You can play a sound at this point by clicking here. Click on a picture to hear that sound. If you want to hear more sounds, click on these arrows. You can record sounds or dialogue for your characters if you have a microphone for your computer. Make sure your microphone is plugged in and turned on first. Then click on the microphone to record. Click on the red check mark if you want to hear this sound when the character reaches this spot. Click on this X if you don't want to use this sound. Use the magic wand to make the characters that do special actions appear only at a particular time. If the character's menu shows me sitting down, for example, you could show me walking to a chair, then sitting down. Just place the sitting down character where you would like it along the movement path. Then click on the Special Effects button and place the red sunburst on the path. Use the magic wand and it will make the character only appear at that point. If you want a moving character to stay in one spot for a while, click here. Then, click the arrows to choose a time. 0 means the character won't stand still here. 5 means the character will stand here for 5 seconds before moving on. If you decide you don't want a special effect you've already selected, click on this button. It will outline all the special effects on the screen in red. Then click on the one you want to get rid of, and it will disappear. You can rearrange the Special Effects toolbar any way you want by dragging the buttons around. Here in the editing studio, you can add scenes to your story and put those scenes in the order you want them, like putting the pages of a storybook together. Click on a button and I'll tell you more about it. To change the scenes in your story or to put a brand new story together, first click on the Edit button. Here's where all your scenes are put together to make a story. If you want to change a story you've already made, click on the story name here. That story name is now highlighted in yellow, and here are the scenes you've already put in that story. This is the first scene in your story. This is the second. This is the third, and so on. To add a new scene to your story, click on the checkbox next to the story name. Here are all of the scenes you've made in the Scene Studio. You can use the scroll bar to see even more of them. To put a scene into your story, click on it here. That scene is now the last scene in your story. To put the scenes in a different order, click on a scene. Then click on where you would like it to go. That scene is then moved and all the scenes are rearranged. Here's how you take a scene out of your story. Click on the scene. Then, click on the trash can. Click on the red check mark to remove the scene, or click on the X if you don't want to remove it after all. If you remove a scene, it's no longer part of your story, but it's still over here if you want to put it back into your story, or if you want to add it to another story. And now you have a blank page in your story. What scene would you like to put here? If you add a title or an end title to your story, you won't see it here. But don't worry, you will see it when you play your story. When you're done making changes to this story, click on this red check mark. You can edit another story if you like by clicking on the name of that story. If you'd like to make a brand new story, click here. Your new story will have all blank pages, and you can add any scenes you like. The Scene Studio is the place to begin making your story. Click on the background button to choose the setting for each scene. As the setting for a scene, you might want to choose the beach or a room inside my house. You can have as many as 12 scenes in each story you make. Click on the Character button to add people to the scene. You can put me in a scene along with any number of my friends. And you can make us move around the scene, even say things like actors in a movie. There are lots of other fun things you can do to make each scene exciting. You can put fish and birds and butterflies and all sorts of objects into the scene. You can even add music, and you can add all kinds of special effects. You can add text to the beginning of a scene to introduce it. If your computer has a microphone, you can even record your own voice. If you want to know what any button on this screen does, just click on the question mark. In the Editing Studio, you choose which scenes you want in your story. Then, you can put those scenes in the order you want them to play. Here in the screening room, you can take a look at your story at any time, whether or not it's finished. First, click on the Open Story button. Click on the story you want to play. You'll see the scenes you made for that story here. If you want to change the order of these scenes or add different ones, you need to go to the Editing Studio. To play this story, just click on the Play button. To pause your story when it's playing, click on the Pause button. You can click Play to resume playing. If you want to go back to the beginning of your story, click on the Rewind button. Anytime you are ready to leave the screening room, just click on the Return button.